Welcome back to the Deep Divers, where history isn't always what it seems. I'm your host, Shay Salazar, and today we're diving into one of the Grand Canyon's greatest unsolved mysteries, the strange disappearance of Glenn and Bessie Hyde. Was it a tragic accident, a violent argument gone wrong, or something much stranger, lurking in the shadows of America's national park, the Grand Canyon? Episode 34, The Honeymoon Vanishing. What happened to the Hydes? It's 1928. Glenn Hyde, a rugged Idahoan with a dream of conquering the Grand Canyon in a homemade scow, wants to make history, and he's bringing his new bride, Bessie, along for the ride. Their goal? To set a speed record and make Bessie the first woman to run the entire length of the canyon by boat. They set off, smiling for photographs, waving to tourists. Bessie looks a little uncertain, dressed in a stylish but practical jacket. Glenn, on the other hand, is confident. Too confident, some would say. Then, they vanish. Not a trace. No cries for help, no clear wreckage, no bodies. Just silence, swallowed by the canyon. But here's where it gets weird. Theory 1. The fateful fight. Some say that Bessie snapped. Glenn was reportedly controlling, demanding. Could an argument have turned deadly? Did she push him overboard, then vanish into the wilderness with a new identity? Definitely maybe. Eyewitnesses decades later claimed they met an older woman in a canyon cabin. She introduced herself as Georgie Clark. That evening, one member of the camp, a local tour guide, began to tell the mysterious tale of the Hyde's disappearance. The old woman abruptly said that she was, in fact, Bessie Hyde. She said that she had argued with Glenn during the trip, that she had enough of the expedition, but she wanted to keep going. After he started beating her, she retaliated by stabbing him to death, then disposing of the remains. Interestingly, she would have been the right age Bessie would have been at that point. Later, one man in the group looked up Georgie Clark's number to see if she would do an interview and tell her side of the story. Yet she denied everything, saying that she never even claimed to be Bessie Hyde. While the story is unlikely, it certainly is an interesting and exciting theory. Theory number 2. Murder on the river. A prospector named Emery Kolb, who discovered some of their belongings months later, becomes a key figure in this tale, but his story keeps changing. Some think he lured them in, killed them, and took all their gear. Why? Maybe jealousy, maybe something darker. Some even speculate that the Kolb studio hides more than just old photos. Emery and Ellsworth Kolb were brothers who were photographers at the canyon. The brothers moved to the area at the turn of the century, opening a photography studio in 1906, naming it Kolb Studio. In the 70s, when Emery Kolb passed away, relatives were cleaning out his house and found a complete human skeleton hidden away in the canoe. The skeleton was found to be a 6-foot-tall Caucasian man who died to a single bullet to the head, leading to a popular theory that Emery Kolb was the man who must have murdered Glenn Hyde. However, when scientists overlaid the photographs of the skeleton of Hyde's skull to the skull from Kolb's home, the facial structures were found to be fundamentally different. Whoever the poor soul was, it wasn't Glenn Hyde. Theory number 3. Down with the fishes. The final and most plausible theory was that one of the Hydes fell from the homemade boat and fell into the river rapids of the Colorado. The other would have jumped in to save their beloved, and hypothermia would have set in rapidly. Such freezing temperatures would have sent them into a cold shock response, causing them to hyperventilate, and without life jackets, they would have been swept up in the rapids, carried off down the river. The boat was sturdy and gently floated to the next natural harbor. The month's time spent from the boat's discovery and the estimated time of the disappearance, their remains would have been eaten by fish or scattered in the waters of the Grand Canyon. This is the most plausible in my eyes, and the theory that I come to believe, even though it's not as satisfying a narrative as some of the other two. So what really did happen to Glenn and Bessie Hyde? Adventurers, victims, pawns in a game we're not meant to understand? Until we find the truth, we'll keep asking questions, because the river doesn't forget, and the canyon keeps its secrets. This has been The Deep Divers. If you enjoyed this episode, leave us a comment and a like, along with subscribing to our YouTube channel. And remember, the next mystery might be waiting just downstream.